brand new world. Whip out some hay blocks. Give ourselves a little bit of room. There we go. And we're going to make a 23 by 23 platform. Since this is the back rooms, we're just going to use a hay block. Cool. And on the outer edge, we're going to build up 5 blocks worth of smooth sandstone. And then we're going to do this all the way around. Cool. Then one layer up, we're going to do a roof out of quartz. And then we're going to top that with 2 layers of black concrete. Then 1 block in from the corner, we're going to run a fill command right here with just light. So 1 corner in, look at the block. There we go. Fill, tab, 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 space light. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and seal it up. All right, now you're going to need to find the center. We're going to make some entrances. It should be 12 blocks in. Let's go ahead and break 3 and do 3 high. Actually, let's go with 4 high. 4 high. Cool. Do that on all 4 sides. All right, now we just need to find the dead center. You can just kind of look at your entrances, line yourself up, even. All right, cool. So this is dead center. Go ahead and break it or block it, arc it, do whatever you got to do. Okay, now we're going to give ourselves a command block. Place that right in the middle. And we're also going to give ourselves a structure block. And go ahead and surround the command block with these structure blocks. All right, go ahead and go to the description, copy the first command, paste it in here, set your structure to repeat and always active. All right, so what that looks like, let's just take a look real quick. We're going to execute if any player whose game mode is in survival. This could also be adventure mode if you want. And the distance is 11 blocks. So if they're within 11 blocks of that, we're going to run a small fill command, which will replace any repeating command block with a redstone block. And again, just make sure it's set to repeat and always active. And then if we go out here, we're 12 blocks out now. So if we change our mode to survival, it should, boop, there we go. Easy. Okay, so now we need to save this. So go ahead and hit F3 to pull up your debug menu. And if you'll notice the reticule in the middle, the little green, red, and blue lines, you'll need to make sure you're at the lowest corner. You can tell this by simply just going up to a block and lining it up. And as you can see, whichever direction, whichever position I'm standing in, it'll always match up perfectly. So that's where we need to be. So go ahead and place a block down, out, down again, and then right here on the edge. There you go, perfect. And then on the other side, we just want the corners touching. So just one there, and top it, structure block, perfect. Okay, so now on the saving structure block, go ahead and give it a name. It's not going to really matter. We could just call it whatever we want. Tutorial, let's just call it tutorial temp. Cool, go ahead and copy that. We could change it to save mode. Save mode, there we go. All right, go to your other one. We're going to change it to corner mode, and then we're going to paste in that name. So corner, paste, done. Go back, and let's detect it. And there we go. We got a perfect structure. Okay. So let's go into it, and when we're happy with it, we will just hit save on the right-hand side. Save. Okay, so now go in the middle structure blocks, go into each one of them and paste in that name that we just created. Hit load once. You'll see it loads it in, but it's off center. We don't want that. We don't want any overlap. So we're going to push it over with the coordinates. Let's go back. And we're going to do this to all of them. But let's go into here real quick. Let's see. Okay, for this one, we're going to change 11, 0, and then negative 11. And if we just hit done, we don't have to load anything else. If we just hit done, as we can see, it lines up perfectly. Exactly where we want it to be. Okay, we're going to do that to all of them. If we just take a look at this is a bird's eye view. So if you look in the middle, this is our 23 by 23 platform with the 4 structure blocks in the center. And for reference, the saving structure block is on the lower left-hand side. So go ahead and match this, take a screenshot, do what you got to do. Cool. So all sides are done. Perfect. All right, next, just go off to the side, nowhere near your structure. We're going to make a block of air or space. Make sure everything's lowercase, no spaces. You can use underscores, special characters, dashes if you want. But go ahead and load it into save mode. For the relative position, we're going to go with 1, 1, 1. The structure size is going to be 12, 1, 1. And if we detect, it might give us an error, but it's fine because it should still see it. There we go. Awesome. Go ahead and save that. Okay, and then in the middle, on the outer edge, directly under the floor, we're going to go ahead and paste in the, I forgot the name already. We're going to paste in the name of our space. You can copy the whole thing if you want, or you just, whatever you decided to name it, Minecraft will automatically load in the Minecraft colon. We'll go ahead and paste it in here. And with these outer ones, we're not going to mess too much with the relative position. We're really just going to mess with these presets down here at the bottom. This one's 270. Let's load it. Touch space. Perfect. Load it once. Just hit the button once, not twice. Oh, we got to change that to 0. Done. There we go. Perfect. So again, we're going to put this on all the perimeter of everything. So here's a bird's eye view, 23 by 23 platform with the 4 structure blocks on the outer edge. And again, with the saving structure block on the lower left-hand side. Run through that real quick. Okay, now let's get a command block. We're going to place it directly behind it. We're going to paste in the second command. It's down in the description. It's the exact same as the first, except the distance is 5 blocks as opposed to 11. And then just make sure to change the settings to repeat and always active. One more time. Command block, paste, repeat, always active. Done. Perfect. All right, now we're going to clone this whole thing a few times. We're going to you can make as many rooms as you want. That's just it's easier to knock them all out at the same time. But yeah, just run a clone command on your saving structures. So the saving structure and the corner block. And then if we come directly above it and we just go up a few, give ourselves some room underneath. So the first 2 coordinates specify what you're trying to clone, and the third coordinate will paste it. So look at this. Up arrow, space, tab, 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 enter. Boom. Perfect. Perfect clone. And let's just do this a few times. All right, cool. Now that we're happy, we can go inside and start planning our layout. Go ahead and just do one block high at first. Get your basic layout done. It's a lot easier. And then once you're happy, go ahead and just raise the walls up. One thing that is important, is the most important rule, is you need to block the line of sight from entryway to entryway. Otherwise, you will just see the outside before you actually enter the room, and it will ruin the illusion. Just add a wall here, add a wall there. Check, see if you can start seeing things. You can still see it. Maybe you need to remove some walls. Maybe you need to add some. And then just double check. Just start running around and see if from this one you can't see any other entrances. Perfect. Cool, so let's get in the mood. And if we just break the quartz block, we expose the light that is placed that we did earlier. Set it to nighttime real quick so we can see a little bit better. There we go. And just start laying them out. Have fun with it. You don't want too much. You definitely want some shadows. Cool. Once you're satisfied, just walk around, get a feel for it. If you like it, then it's all good. Oh, this is a cool little nifty trick. If you just clone the first layer, you can paste in the remaining layers without having to manually one by one place all the blocks for the room. So it just makes it a tad bit faster. Just raised everything up by one. Just do that a few more times. All right, once we're happy, now we can go ahead and start saving all of our rooms. For this purpose, I'm just going to call it tut, followed by 00 and then a little number. That just makes it a little bit easier to organize in File Explorer. So tut 001, save. All right, do the rest. And then just make sure you have, you know which one's going to be your starting, the entrance to those entire backrooms. Make sure to save it as such to where you remember. So then once you're in your starter, the very first one, we're going to rename everything to our first room. So in my case, it's tut 001. Tut 001. So 4 tut 001s. And we don't need to save or anything. Just change the names. Tut 001. Cool. So that was starter. So now let's go to room 1. And in room 1, we're going to have, let's make sure, room 1, 2, tut 001. So in here, we're going to have 3 room 1s and 1 room 2. We're in room 2. Let's make 2 spawn on this side. That's fine. Then room 1 and room 1 again. So 3 room 1s, 1 room 2. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Now let's head up to room 2. If you're not sure which one, just double check real quick. Yep, we're on room 2. And in here, we're going to have a room 3 and then 3 room 1s. It's starting to make sense. So now as we're going through it, as a player is going through this, if he makes one wrong decision, he will be sent back to the beginning of the Backrooms. So this one's 3 room 1s and 1 room 3. Perfect. So here's a skeletal view of it, a little smaller scale. These ones you can tell the difference between the block that is used. But if you go to the middle, it'll spawn 4 sides. If you go to the outer edge, it'll remove the one structure block that you just came from, making that room the exact same. So it'll creep a little bit forward, it'll remove it, and then when you enter that room, and if a player is looking backwards and goes through, it doesn't change on, thus maintaining the illusion just a little bit better. It's so much fun. Very, very little lag doing this. Cool. All right, so you don't always have to send them back to room 1. You can give them checkpoints. Say if you get to room 5, you have them go revert back to 3 room 3s and 1 room 6. Just to give some checkpoints in the game, so that way it's not too difficult for people. Or you can be hardcore and extreme and just send them all the way back. So in this one, I'll do a room 1, a room 2, a room, another room 1. So 2, 5, yeah. You can change it up. So on your last one, it's really up to you. You can send them all back to room 1, start them all over, keep them indefinitely trapped, or you can even have it go to a different level in the Backrooms. Or you can just have it be an exit and then they leave, and then it's all good. So after you're done, go ahead and start saving them. And it's important to save them from the latest to the oldest. So in my case, it was 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the last one being the very, very first one you would place down, which would be the starter. All right, so now we're time to test it. It's time to test. Go ahead, build up a little bit, or go into a different world if you want. I'm just going to do it up here because it doesn't go vertically, it just goes horizontally. So I'm going to load in Tut Starter. Perfect. Tut Starter's loaded. And let's get the atmosphere right. There we go. Perfect. So in my starter room, I think my entrance, I'm going to have them just come down from the ceiling. I don't know. You can have them come from either side or the entrance, bottom, whatever. So we'll go ahead and put our game in survival mode or adventure mode if you had it in adventure mode. I'll put in survival mode for this. And you'll see down there it successfully filled 1 block. So we want to actually disable that. So let's go to game rule. Command block output to false. And there we go. Now we won't get notified every time a command runs. Cool. So now we fell in and now you just run around and test. It all looks good. You're basically just running around trying to break it. So far, so good. I think I'm only in 2 rooms and I'm already lost. So if I look backwards, enter a room, Everything loads fine. Start painting running. Test it out. Oh, was that daylight? You come over here? Oh, no. Just more backrooms. So you can make this pretty big if you have the patience. I mean, you can make hundreds of rooms. Even just, I think, 10 rooms of each type of backrooms level. That'd be pretty sweet. Where? Yeah, I'm lost already. Okay. So I'll have this world available for download, and you guys can give it a test. I'll also have the structure files that I did here available to you as well. So look at that. Just that little bit, we spawned quite a few rooms. Not too shabby. All right, so in your own world, if you're making this, you want to go to your saves, your world, go to generated Minecraft structures. These are where all the structure files are. This is where you can save them. Go ahead and copy them. And go to your new world. If you don't have a generated folder in your new world, create a new folder called generated, then create a folder called Minecraft, and inside that, create a folder called structures. And inside structures, go ahead and paste the structure files. There we go. Now go ahead and load up that world. Give yourself a structure block. Go ahead and give yourself some room off the ground as well, just so you can troubleshoot or see. Again, let's load in the name. And the name, I already forgot what the name was. It's Touch Starter. Touch Starter. Load. There we go. Yeah, Touch Starter. Load it again. And we're off to the races. Now you can trap all your friends. So if I were to make this again, I would put it on adventure mode, just so that way you can't have players, just breaking the floor and escaping your backrooms. All right, cool. If you found this helpful, do the thing, hit those buttons down there somewhere and help me out. All right, cool. Bye.